Have you noticed a shift? That moment, usually around 40, when a woman who spent decades building a life for everyone else suddenly turns the gaze inward and asks, "What about me?" It's a powerful transition, but it's often misunderstood. When a woman in midlife decides to make a major change in her career, her home, or critically, her marriage, it can feel disruptive, even shocking to those around her. This isn't a crisis fueled by irrationality. It's a reevaluation fueled by self-awareness and decades of accrued experience. Today, we're examining this fundamental shift, why women over 40 reevaluate their marriages, partnerships, and family roles, and why that change is often necessary for their well-being. Think of the 30s. It's often a decade of doing, establishing a career, raising small children, building a home. The woman's identity is often intertwined with these roles, but once the initial rush settles, the 40s bring a period of being. The midlife mirror forces a confrontation. The woman asks, "Am I living the life I want? Or just the life I built out of obligation?" This shift is a search for authenticity. For years, she may have suppressed her own needs, desires, or creative outlets to maintain family harmony. Now, with a greater sense of mortality and a finite amount of time left, that voice, the authentic self, becomes deafeningly loud. A marriage that worked for the doing phase might feel suffocating in the being phase. The silence in her life is no longer peaceful. It's an indictment of unlived dreams. For couples with children, this life stage comes with a massive structural shakeup. The empty nest, or even the less full nest, as kids become teens and young adults. For years, the child-rearing project was the glue, the focus, the shared purpose. When that intense focus diminishes, the couple is left standing alone in the house again, looking at each other. They stop being mom and dad and have to become partner and partner again. The question is, who are they to each other now? Have they grown together or just co-managed a business, the business of the family? This is where many women confront what is often called roommate syndrome. The partnership has devolved into a logistical agreement, devoid of emotional intimacy, passion, or shared growth. It's often the woman who initiates the conversation about the lack of connection, because culturally, women are often the relationship temperature takers. They are the ones who feel the disconnect first and are often the ones to try and fix it, or, failing that, to leave it. We cannot talk about women over 40 without addressing the significant physiological change of perimenopause and menopause, and yet it's often dismissed or used to unfairly categorize women as emotional. But hormones play a very real role. Estrogen and progesterone are powerful mood regulators. As these hormones fluctuate wildly during perimenopause, it can intensify emotional responses. Low progesterone, for example, can heighten anxiety and lower a woman's tolerance for stress and dissatisfaction. It doesn't cause a woman to leave a happy marriage, but it can act as an accelerant on an already burning fire. An existing issue like feeling unheard or doing all the work which she once had the emotional capacity to manage now becomes intolerable. The hormonal shift effectively removes her filter for enduring mediocrity. She simply has less energy to fake it. One of the most common flashpoints in midlife relationship reevaluation is the sheer weight of the mental and emotional load. Decades into a marriage, many women are exhausted from what sociologist Arlie Hochschild called the second shift. This is the invisible labor, remembering the birthdays, managing the school calendar, anticipating household needs, and doing the emotional heavy lifting for everyone. As a woman's own personal and career goals reemerge in midlife, she looks at her partner and family and sees that despite years of communication, the division of labor hasn't truly changed. She realizes she's not just a partner, but a primary manager. Her reevaluation often becomes a demand for an equitable partnership. When this demand is met with defensiveness, resistance, or the classic, "I'll do it if you ask me," it confirms a devastating truth. The partnership is structurally unequal. For many women, realizing she has to choose between her own needs and the status quo is the tipping point. Women at this stage are not just reevaluating their partner, they're reevaluating their entire family role. There is a tremendous societal pressure on women, often passed down generationally, to be the self-sacrificing core of the family, the good wife, the perfect mother. Reevaluation means intentionally stepping out of that self-erasing blueprint. This can be incredibly challenging because stepping out of a role often means stepping into conflict with the very people she loves. The spouse who relies on her management, the adult children who expect her financial or emotional support, the aging parents who need her care. The choice to pursue individual fulfillment, whether that's a new career, more travel, or simply more time, is often perceived by the family unit as selfishness. But for the woman, it's an act of self-preservation. She's breaking the outdated, often restrictive mold, and this act of self-definition is fundamental to her midlife happiness. When a woman reevaluates her relationship and finds it deeply wanting, she comes to a crossroads. It's important to acknowledge the immense emotional and practical weight of the decision to separate or divorce after decades. It is rarely a reckless or impulsive choice. For many, it's a gradual, painful realization that the relationship is fundamentally incompatible with the person she has become. She's not seeking a new life to escape her old one. She's seeking an authentic life. However, reevaluation doesn't always lead to an ending. For other couples, this period serves as a powerful opportunity for renewal. When the partner is willing to engage, to listen, and to genuinely change the structure of the relationship to co-create a more equitable and intimate bond, the midlife shift can become the source of a powerful second act for the marriage. The key is mutual commitment to change. The midlife reevaluation isn't a sign that a woman is going crazy. It's a sign that she is waking up. It's the moment she realizes her value is not based on how much she sacrifices, but on how fully she lives. If you are a woman going through this, know that you are not alone. This process takes immense courage and self-compassion. If you are a partner of a woman over 40, recognize this isn't a threat, it's an invitation to deepen your connection, to finally step up, and to build a truly shared, equitable future. The greatest relationship a woman over 40 reevaluates is the one she has with herself. And sometimes, making that relationship whole means letting go of others that have run their natural course. Thank you for joining us. If this resonates, please like this video, subscribe for more discussions on adult development, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you next time.